All right. If you have not met me yet, my name's Addie Cuiava. I'm the CEO for AAOE. I have been here for 14 years. So if you haven't met me, I will meet you in Chicago. I want to show this little video for you. Also, don't look at the dates and the links. This was all recorded back in 2019. But the format is still very relevant. And I just want you to see as attendees kind of what the expectations are and how the schedule goes. The best thing that we did for this is set it up so that you do not have to move. The vendors will move around the room. You will be at an assigned table. So once you get in and get settled, you never move. I mean, unless you get up and get coffee or a restroom break. But all right, so let me play this for you quick. It's very short. Hopefully you can hear it.
AAOE is offering speed meetings at the annual conference. Not everyone is familiar with this type of program, so here's a quick demonstration by AAOE staff to show you how it works. At the designated time, all participating attendees and vendors will report to a large meeting room where appointments will be held. Each attendee will sit at his or her assigned table for the duration of the program, while vendors change tables to meet with attendees for rescheduled appointments. Timing is controlled for the entire room for announcements will be.
Appointment number 1 starts now.
Each appointment will be no more than 6 minutes. Announcements in the room will keep all meetings on track.
Appointment number 1 ends in 1 minute.
Vendors will have 1 minute to move between appointments.
Appointment number 1 has ended and appointment number 2 begins in 1 minute. Appointment number 2 starts now.
Each attendee will have 15 appointments.
Appointment number 2 ends in 1 minute.
After completing all appointments, the attendee is free to enjoy the rest of the AAOE annual conference, attending educational sessions and networking.
Appointment number 2 has ended and appointment number 3 begins in 1 minute.
All right, so that's a perfect representation. And then what I'm going to do is get out of the PowerPoint for a minute, and I want to show you live how to do it. So if you have not ever logged into the Attendee Service Center, this is going to walk you right through it. So when you get to this page, you're going to scroll down on the left-hand side, all the way down to Attendee Service Center. You're going to log in. If you don't have your login information, let us know. You're going to sign in. And this is where people get confused. So make sure that you scroll all the way to the bottom. People like to try to log in here. This is only informational. This is not where you need to go to make your appointments. You're going to go all the way to the bottom and choose this last option for speed meetings. When you click into speed meetings, you're going to get this screen. I'm going to go through each of these tabs for you. Search will have all of the exhibitors available. You can search by their name. You can search by, well, I guess that's it. Just search by their name, or you can just click list all, and that will bring up every exhibitor in alphabetical order. The appointments tab is the one that you need at the end, really. So this tab will note all the appointments that you have made. So currently I don't have any appointments, so it's empty. So when you're done, this will fill in as you go about your scheduling. And then at the end, you will have your PDF schedule will be up here. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Yours also will say 15 appointments. And then as you make appointments, these will fluctuate up and down. So you'll have 15 appointments that you'll need to make. As they're approved, this will go up, and then these will adjust. On the bookmarks tab, you can, oh wait, bookmarks is not anything you need to do right now, since we actually just opened it up today, so I can show you actually how to go about and go through and make appointments. Profile setup, you all have set up your profile already. Please do not edit anything in here now, unless you want to add more products or services to, that you are interested in purchasing in the next 3 years, is what we asked you when you registered. We do have your cell phone and direct phone numbers in here. Just in case we need to get you on site. We have had issues with people not showing up to the room, and they just couldn't find it, or their flight was late or whatever. So all these questions are in here. I think all your photos are already updated. So that should all be done, but that is where you can check and make sure that everything's accurate. I would do that as soon as you can. Here's the fun page. This is the page where all the magic happens. So this is your matches page. This is already set up to match with all the vendors on the things that you connect on. So practice size, the services and products that you're interested in, match up with the practice sizes the vendors are interested in and their products and services. So, and they are put in order. So if I go through this, I can see that I match highest with Bragg, then with AAOE, which is only in there for a test for today for me to show you this, then Coronis, then Medicus IT, just based on how we set up the sample profiles. So you can look at this and you're going to want to go right down the list and go, oh, I do want to meet with Bragg, or I do want to meet with Coronis. And then to make an appointment, you just click the question mark and it will bring up your schedule. It actually brings up Bragg's schedule, but it matches it to yours. So if I had appointments already, some of these would be X'd out. And if Bragg had appointments already, some of them would be X'd out. As we go along the process, you'll get less and less availability between you and each of the vendors. So I will just say this 1,000 times, not literally, but the earlier you're in here, the more often you are in here, the better your schedule is going to be, because those that wait are left with whoever has availability. So you're going to want to get in here and know know all the vendors that are available, who you're matching up with, and make your appointment request. Vendors are also having this same webinar right after this. So they're also going to be in there requesting appointments. So say I want to get in here, I'm actually going to choose AAOE just so you can see it on the other end. So I'll choose AAOE and I'll say, oh, I have my first slot open. I'd like to meet with you at this time. And then you can put in notes like super excited to see this new product I heard about, or you don't have to either. And then you just click request appointment. That request goes to the vendor. And now your slot is tentatively taken up, so it will show yellow. Yellow just means it is tentative. So until the vendor accepts, it will be marked as unavailable for other vendors and yourself. So that's why you both need to be in here regularly working the system. I have a block here. So this is so you can actually do the bookmarks. I apologize. I thought that was earlier. So say you're in here and you're like, I might want to meet with Bragg, but I want to meet with some other people first. You can bookmark anybody you want to, and then that should show up on your bookmarks page. Right. So there they are. Then whenever so maybe you do a first run and you're like, these are my top 5. I need appointments with them. You might bookmark them, and until they're all scheduled, then you would go back and add some more. So you can do that bookmark phase at any point. Let's see. Let me check my notes and see what else I wanted to mention. Profile matches. Oh, yes. Okay. And then your schedule will be at the top here as well. When you have approved appointments or pending appointments, you can check them all here. See how my 9 a.m. is out? So it doesn't, so I can't schedule anything, but it's also not finalized. So it doesn't show up here as booked. When it's booked, it will show up here with a green check mark. And any approved appointments will show up as a green check mark. I do also want you to know that you're going to be getting requests. And so when you come in here to appointments or matches, if, say again, I'll just use Bragg as an example. If Bragg requested an appointment with you, it will show yellow, and you will have to click on it and approve it. When you approve it, it will go add to both of your schedules, and that time slot will now be taken out of both of your calendars. If you don't want to meet with a vendor, you don't have to. You do need 15 appointments, so you do need to find 15 different vendors, but currently there are 45 companies in here. So there should be 15 options for you that work and that makes sense, and that will be, great companies for you to connect with. But when you do, you can decline. So say Bragg invited me and I did not want to meet with Bragg for whatever reason. It might not be a good time, good fit, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You click on their requested appointment and you just choose decline. You can put a note in there if you'd like to, but you don't have to. So I just want you to know you have complete control over your schedule. You do not have to accept anything and you don't have to request anybody you don't want to. Okay. So but again, the more active you are, the more you're going to get the appointments that you want. If you wait until the end and now you only made 2 appointments that you wanted, you're going to get 13 appointments that are meh to you. Or maybe people that you didn't want to talk to because you're going to have to fulfill your quota to get your payment and your hotel room night. All right. And then I'll just count on you, Melissa, to pop in whenever there might be questions. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint and just tell you some important pieces of information. So again, you do need to schedule 15 appointments. I will provide one caveat, which is that we have more attendees than we need. And we purposely did that. I started that 2 years ago, I think, and the quality of appointments just went way up because it wasn't an exact matchup, which I had been doing for the 3 years before. So now you may end up with 12, you may end up with 13, you may end up with 10. Again, just be in there very early and selecting your appointments as quickly as possible. Once all the vendors have their 10 appointments, then I will open it up for a free-for-all and they will be able to schedule more than 10 appointments to fill your schedules. And again, you might not end up with those couple of extra appointments, but ideally you're working in there quickly so that you get the best appointments for you and your practice. All right, for where to be. So if you were in our Chicago space 2 years ago, we're in the exact same space. You'll come down from the lobby down into the west side. You'll go around the corner and registration there will be a ton of signage. So you will see AAOE signage right in the lobby, pointing you to the right escalator. When you walk into the hotel, we're just right around to the right. Like you'll just make you'd walk in and do a U-turn. Not that you'll come in from that entrance, but just so you kind of can place it in your mind. But you would just make a U-turn and come down the escalator. There's 2 escalators. The only way you can go is right. You'll end up in our space. And then your grand ballroom is directly across from registration. Very easy to find, very easy to access. Do you need to go to registration first? No, please don't. You can come right into the grand ballroom. There will be tables outside of the grand ballroom. Again, there'll be signage, there will be staff that will direct you into the space. You're going to want to stop there, sign in, so we know everybody that's there. You're going to go in and you're going to sit down at your table. Breakfast will be in there, coffee. You will actually have 30 minutes before the vendors arrive to set your space. We found that if we let everybody in at the same time for breakfast, the vendors tend to sit at their first table and attendees don't get any time to, put their materials out, eat, because you guys have a very packed schedule. They do not. You're doing 15 appointments, they're doing 10. So they have 5 appointment times that they can drink coffee, eat, whatever they want to do. So we want you to have that time. So I really strongly suggest you come 30 minutes early, have breakfast, lay out your schedule, review anything you might want to review. I highly encourage you to bring business cards. That is something that people forget a lot. But you bring them so that you can hand them off to the vendors. And we will have everything for you at your table. So you'll have a table number, the welcome staff will tell you what table you're at. If you didn't check your schedule or print your schedule, which is fine, they'll tell you what table you're at. At your table, you'll have your badge, you'll have your tote bag with all your goodies, you'll have your final program, and you will have your schedule printed off so you can review that as you're having coffee and breakfast and getting settled. All right. I did talk about the schedule, but I just really wanted to reiterate that it is a printable PDF schedule. You can print that off so that you have it with your materials before you leave. Just please do not print it too early. Don't print it until either we close the appointments or you have 15. At that point, you can print it. Because if you print it too early, you're going to get a different appointment schedule when you get on site. So I don't want you to get thrown at all with like a new schedule or new vendors that you didn't anticipate. So just, and again, watch your emails, whitelist AAOE.net, talk to your IT group, make sure that our emails for speed meetings are getting to your inbox so that you get the updates, you get the reminders, you get any new information that we might need to provide. Also, we do provide you breakfast. So you will have breakfast, and we provide you with a box lunch. So you can eat in the room if you want to stay in there, but you're also welcome to just take it with you. There's, I think, an hour between speed meetings and your first session. So we didn't want you to have to leave the property and go find something to eat or, pay at the hotel, restaurant, any of that stuff. So that's all taken care of for you. And you just grab that as you leave speed meetings. That's my information. Let me just check and see. Oh, you could hear me. Thank goodness. I mean the video. All right. Oh, so there aren't any questions actually. So you're very welcome. Oh, Melissa's been answering them on the back end. Fabulous. All right. Are there any questions? Anything else? I don't want to close too quickly. I will also say everything's open for you. You could literally go log in right now and start requesting appointments with those exhibitors that you're matched with. And again, so I've done this as an association executive at meetings. That's where I got the idea. And so I start early and then I put a little reminder in my calendar for I think I do like a recurrence every other day or every 2 days or something like that, just so I can go in and check my matches. And update, decline, accept, request, any of that. Again, the more you are in the system as we go along, the better your experience will be. Vendors are allowed to bring 1 to 2 people to your table. We limit that because you were overrun by like 4 people at your table and it was just too much. So max, you'll have 1 or 2 people at your table. Remember to do a little bit of research before you get there. They do as well, so that you're not spending those 6 minutes on introductions. It's literally, hi, I'm Addie. Hi, I'm Melissa. I already know who you're with. I already know who you're with. Let's talk about how we can help you. Let's talk about what you need. Tell me what you need, both sides of that conversation. And then if you're interested, if it makes sense, go ahead and make an appointment to stop at their booth. Go ahead and give your contact information so that they can connect with you after conference. They do get your information, like the practice you're with and all those kinds of details that you put in there, but they do not get your contact information, which is why I strongly suggest you bring business cards and make a point to stop at their booth later in the show. Some of the vendors will have drink tickets. Some of them are doing games. Some of them are going to have fun food. But it's maybe you brought other team with you and you want to pass off that connection to another team member. A lot of that is great to do while you're at the show. I'm trying to think if there's any other good hints and tricks. There are a lot of exhibitors in the room. It's a bigger floor. If you have been with us before, it is almost twice the size as last year's event. And we still have a waiting list of probably 10 to 15 attendees that would like to participate. If you are going to cancel, please cancel now. Like if you are not sure you want to do it, please cancel now. It creates so much work and issues on the back end for us and with our vendors that are, they're paying a good amount of money to participate in this. So please let us know as soon as you can. Again, bathrooms will be close by. When you complete all your appointments and you sign out, that is when we will add the extra hotel night to your hotel bill. So you will not even see it on your bill. It'll be a 0. And then we will pay your $500 to whoever you told us to pay it to. So there is a form that you have to fill out You've received that already, but Melissa can also send it to you again in our next update or reminder. But the earlier you fill that out, the faster you get your money. So, and there is an ACH option so that it can be direct deposited, which makes it super quick. Otherwise, you're waiting for the show to close and for us to get back and year end, because it's at the end of, not year end, month end financials and all those kinds of things to be finished before we can get you your payment. I don't see any other questions, so I think I'll go ahead and close. But if you do have questions, you have Melissa's email, you have my email, please reach out at any time. We're also doing this exact thing 2 more times. So if you get into a point where you're struggling or you have other questions or you think of anything else, you're more than welcome to join us again. You also get the recording and you'll get the slides. I think that's everything. I'm excited for you to experience it if you've never done it before. I think you'll have a really good time, and you'll get exposed to a lot of new and new products and services and upgrades and updates and things like that. So we've heard just phenomenal feedback from attendees that have done it before. So welcome if you haven't done it before, and just have a wonderful time with the process. All right, thanks everybody. See you in Chicago.